Alright, hey, Hazma here, back from Wednesday Night Drags. It was Wednesday Night Drags, August 12th, okay? I think this is the third round, I think, so far. And I did a lot of passes tonight, is what I'm going to say. And so this is the after action review, the AAR. And AAR is basically what was supposed to happen, what really happened, and what could we do to improve. Okay, so okay, so what was supposed to happen? We were supposed to go to Wednesday Night Drags and race, obviously. So one of the improves was, hey, we got to get better, faster off the line. Okay, and so what I did to the bike was, well, I did two things. I changed the sprocket. I changed from a 42 tooth sprocket to a 48 tooth sprocket, so it would have more acceleration, more torque, okay? And then it would give it less top speed. And then I updated the firmware to for the NXT display to 2.00 RC 6.3 from 6.1 basically. Okay, so it's a newer firmware. It has more power. But yeah, so I'll just tell you now, the bike was not very reliable. And that's what you want. My greatest fear was like, yeah, you know, I'm going down the strip and then the bike cuts out on me. And it did that to me twice, okay? Anyway, so let's talk about what really happened. What happened out there, okay? So we got there 2 o'clock. I got there really early. I took my Prius this time because last time I took my van and I was just like, man, I don't really need all the space in the van. I didn't really take all that much stuff. I just kind of just took the bike and some stuff, you know. So it's not like doing a track day. I had to take 2 bikes to do the track day, okay? And so I actually did a track day on this bike on Sunday at the kart track at Sonoma, and it ran beautifully that day. I didn't have any problems with it, you know. And then I did dial the power back a little bit. I think I dialed it back to 15,000 watts and like 10 or like 15% field weakening, just to keep it more reliable. And so what I found out on that day was that, like, yeah, you know, it's pretty fast until like 9 minutes. After 9 minutes, it slows down a whole lot. Okay. But hey, I only needed to be fast for a quarter mile. Okay, so we got there at 2 o'clock. It was a little different. They let people in like right away, and they actually let us drive under the grandstand. It was pretty cool. If you saw at the beginning of my video, then yeah, we were under the grandstand taking the bikes and everything. Like they kind of know me now, so they just kind of glanced over the bike and like they kind of, yeah, there's the helmet right there. He looks like he's good to go. So they just took my tech card, and I was like, okay. And then fast forward to maybe like almost an hour later, I downloaded the bike and we're ready to go. So this is the gear that I wore. I put it back on so you guys can see what I'm wearing. Same gear as last time, pretty much. I wore my Iron Man gloves this time. My Nox Handroids this time though. I don't know if I want to do that again. I don't know. They're just kind of bulky, you know. But I'm wearing the mesh pants and my textile jacket, just because it's very light, okay? And then I was using my track day helmet pretty much. Okay, so first pass of the day. At 3:45, we did our first pass, and I think the dude I rode with him at the last. Yeah. So first pass. I don't really know what to expect. I got a bigger sprocket now, and I got an extra 1,000 watts, and yeah. So supposedly it should be faster, right? So my first run. Oh yeah. Okay. So the first the first 2 runs of the day, and there weren't as many people as last time, so we actually got a lot of runs. As you can see, there's time slips here, okay? And we're gonna go over each one almost. The first run, who did I go up against? I'm pretty sure I rode against the dude that I rode for the last race. I'm not sure, but I ran a 19.221. Holy crap, right? There's a tailwind. There was a tailwind for the first 2 runs, okay? So I was like, man, yeah, we're doing really good. I ran a 19.2. I had a reaction time of 0.392, okay? 60 foot, 3.1, 330 foot, 8 seconds, 660 foot, 12.1, 58.89 miles per hour, like at the halfway point. And 1,000 foot was 15.8 seconds, okay, and then like the ET was 19.221. So we pretty much, with the bigger sprocket that's supposed to have less top speed and more acceleration, we actually got the same time as we did last time. So that was the fastest time we got, 19.221. I don't know. I don't remember if last week's pass was faster or this. It's pretty much the same. So it ran the same time, okay. But our top speed was slower. It was 64.86. So that just goes to show, like, we were accelerating. Initially, we were accelerating faster, but we couldn't reach that top speed. So the speed at the end was slower, but we were faster in the beginning. So yeah. So that was the first. That was the first pass. I was pretty happy with that. I was like, wow, yeah, we pretty much did the same time thing as that. So 19-second bike, right? Well, here comes the second pass, okay? I forgot who I rode against, yeah, and the last reaction time was pretty crappy, man. 0.392, not very good. The second run, we had another tailwind, okay? And I had a chance to get even more speed, so in that one, we ran 18.895. Holy crap, can you believe that? We went from a 19.2 to an 18.9, so we went like almost half a second faster. That's significant. That's crazy. Well, pretty much everyone was going faster during that run. But hey, you know what? 19-second bike is now 18-second bike. There you go, man. Boom! You got an 18-second Sauron. So there'll definitely be a video about that on that run. Okay, just for that run. So yeah, 18 seconds Sauron. I've done it. I've broken into the 18s barrier. Okay. So for that run, I got a reaction time of 0.293. Not very good still. 299, 60 foot. 330 feet was 7.9. 660 foot was 11.962. It was a 59.69 miles per hour, and at 1,000 foot it was a 15.630. ET 18.895 with a 67.8 miles per hour at the end. So, holy crap, yeah, we even went 2 miles an hour faster. Very good. So definitely, yeah, we're definitely gonna frame this one. This is the one to keep right here, right? I cannot believe it, man. 18-second bike, 18.9. We just barely broke into the 18s, but that's an 18-second bike right there. Okay. Okay, so now this is where all the trouble starts. So I got the bike hooked up on the charger. I'm like, let's get the charge between, I like to keep the charge between 90 and 100%, like 95 was where I wanted it. Okay, so I barely charged it to 95 with the generator, and my generator ran out of fuel. Oh, it turns out I used it so much at the track that it just burned through the fuel. I guess when you use it with when you're charging at like 12 amps with the Lightspeed charger, it just drinks gas, the generator. So more power, you gotta create more power, right? With the generator. So yeah, I wasn't able to use the generator for the rest of the night, unfortunately. Which, it was okay. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, next time, hey Omega, make sure there's fuel in the generator, okay? At least I try to keep at least half the tank full on that generator. The good thing is it was light, so it was easy to put back in the car. Okay, so that was after the second run, and then so the third run comes up, and yeah, so this is where the major problems start. So I'll take off. You know, I try to stay on the left side the whole time. I feel like I'm better on the left side. I know where the lights are and everything, and from the left side it just kind of feels weird looking at the lights. So, and I had that problem last time where the sun came down it was hitting me in the eye, and I could barely see the lights. So I was like, stay on the left side. He's going to stay on the left side from now on. Anyway. We had an ET of 24.7 seconds. So what had happened is Hazemaker's biggest, fear. I take off, and I'm going down about like halfway down the drag strip, and the bike, boom, cuts out, no power. I gotta turn the bike off and turn it back. So like I'm still rolling. I turn the bike off, I turn it back on. I was like, oh damn it! And then we start accelerating again. And then it cuts out again. Oh my god, twice on the drag strip. Man, this is how embarrassing is what it is. It was so embarrassing. Turn it off, turn it back on, and then and then I finished the quarter mile. Okay, and then I got a 24. So you know what the funny thing is? Like the stock Sauron gets like a 27 or 28. I still beat a stock Sauron, even with the bike malfunctioning like that. Okay. So I got a pretty good reaction time, 0.2. I think that might have been the best one. Nope, the next one is the best one. Okay, yeah, 0.2. That's actually not too bad. That's not too shabby. I'm doing good. So what I found out, I was doing the same thing. I was holding down the regen throttle and then just letting it rip. Okay, when the light turned yellow. Well, I also started kicking off too. I started kicking off with my right foot when I let go, so like I can give it a little like jump start in the beginning. So I think that's what helped my reaction times a little bit. Okay, so we got a 0.2 seconds reaction time. 60 foot was 3 seconds. 330 foot was 8 seconds. 660 foot was 12.9 seconds, and 41 miles per hour and 1,000 foot was 19.9. And yeah, 24.7 seconds ET, 44.78 miles per hour. So no bueno, man, no bueno. So that was the third practice run. We got 3 practice runs this time. Last time we only got 2. So once again, Hazemaker's screwed because he doesn't know what to put on. He's not dialed in. We got 2 fast runs. And then on the third run, there started to be a headwind. It was a light headwind. It was the wind wasn't really bad tonight. It was, but there was starting to be a headwind, so I knew we were going to be slower. Okay, so the fourth run was elimination. First round of eliminations already. Okay, I raced a very fast Ninja, a very fast Kawasaki. It was like I think a ZX-10 or something along those lines. It had a stretch swing arm. He was the dude that won last time we were there. Okay, so after he beat everybody, and then he won. He got number 1. So earlier during the practice, he broke into the 9 seconds because the tailwind and everything. So, and I guess if you break into 9 seconds, you gotta have a racing license. Okay, so he didn't have one of those. So he did it again on the first elimination round. He ran a 9.9, so he got disqualified. So here's what happened. Hazemaker took off. Hazemaker dialed a 20.5. Okay, I didn't know what to dial in. I was like, 20.5 sounds good. Last week we were doing 20.8 when there was a headwind. And I figured, 20.5 is pretty close to 20.8. I think we'll be okay, And it turns out we ran way faster. We ran at 19.6, okay? So we broke out. We broke out by almost half a second, 0.4 seconds. Holy crap. 400ths of a second. Ugh, horrible. Actually, both of us broke out. He dialed in a 10, and he got a 9.9, okay? So he broke out by like 100th of a second, and I broke out by 400ths of a second. And actually, my reaction time was really good on that first race, 0.19. That was the best time of the night for me. So, yeah. So you can get some pretty decent launches if you try on the Light B. Okay. So 6 foot, 60 foot was 3.1, 330 foot was 8 seconds again, 660 foot 12.275, 57.31 miles per hour, 16 seconds for the 1,000 foot, and then it was a 19.641 is what I ran, and at 62.72 miles an hour. So yeah, definitely slower because of the headwind. Okay, but my dial-in was horrible. Like so I figure 19.6. Okay, I wonder what we're gonna run on the second one. So I dialed in 19.5 on the second one. Okay. So on the second race, we raced against a Harley Davidson bagger, okay, and I dialed in a 19. Oh yeah, okay. The last race, I dialed in a 20.5, okay, so I would have been even worse. But they put the number in wrong, and they put 20.05. But I was like, I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then it turns out it actually helped me out a bit. So like I would, instead of being like almost like a second off, I was like only like half a second off, sort of. Okay, so the fourth run was the second race. Okay, and I raced a Harley Davidson bagger. I dialed in 19.5 because I figured we ran in what, a 19. What did we run for the last one? So I was going off the last one, so 19.641. So like I figured we're probably running around 19.641. Wow. And I dialed in a 19.5. That's actually good. Yeah, I actually did really good. Wow, okay. Yeah, so when I raced the bagger, I did really good. I dialed in a 19.5 and I ran a 19.7, so I was off by 0.02 of a second. Okay, so that was safe. I didn't break out this time. And I got a reaction time of 0.328, not very good, okay? And 60 foot, 3 seconds. 330 foot, I broke into 7.9. We've been getting 8s, so the takeoff was pretty good. And 660 foot was 12.1, 56.52 miles an hour. The 1,000 foot was 16.1, and then our ET was 19.715 at 60.95 miles an hour. Wow. Okay, we went slower, but we still got a pretty good time. Holy crap! Yeah. We did go slower. We did slower, but we didn't go that much slower. So we ran a 19.6 and a 19.7. So what's Hayes Omega going to do for the third round? Okay, I found it. There it is. So the final run, I raced against a dude named Craig Love, okay? His dad's really good. I've raced him many times. And he was riding a Triumph Speed Twin. I've ridden one of those before. It's a great bike, by the way. Okay, I dialed in a 19.6. So we were running 19.6 for the first one and 19.7 for the second one. I figure we're probably going to run a little bit slower, so I dial in a 19.6. I think we're going to go slower. Okay, so what happens? The bike cuts out on me. The bike malfunctions. Oh my god, dude, I can't believe it. It took off pretty fast too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, I had a good takeoff and everything. My reaction time was 0.3, not very good. His reaction time was 0.088 seconds. Holy crap, that is almost perfect launch. Okay, perfect reaction time. Jeez. So yeah, and he's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, man. The reaction time shows how good how good you know your machine, basically. Okay, so 60 foot was 3 seconds. 330 was 7.9 again. 660 foot was 13.1. 38 miles an hour, and it was 18.7 seconds, 1,000 feet. So yeah, the bike cut out. It cut out. I had to turn it off, turn it back on, and go again, and then that was it. I was like, oh damn it. So the only way I would have won that race is if the dude I raced broke out, okay, or something something happened to him like it happened to me. Well, it turns out what he told me when we came back is that he thought he'd lost because he did a wheelie off of the line. He wheelied off of the line. He was like, oh man, I messed that launch up. Okay, so what he did was he dialed in 11.98, and then he ran a 12.43. Okay, so he was about four tenths of a second off from his dial-in time. So not too good, but he didn't break out. So. And I was like crazy. Like even if you, man, I was 2 seconds, 2.7, like about 2.7 seconds off from my time. So yeah, there's no way, there's no way I would have beat him. Like if we both didn't break out, then like there's no way I would have beat him. So, but yeah, but was this something in the back of my head? I'm like, man. Had I completed that pass without any problems, I probably would have won because he messed the launch up. Oh man, I can't believe that was the semifinal race. Okay, by the way, if I had beat him, I would have been in the finals and I would have taken home a trophy. Oh, damn it! I'm telling you, it's so frustrating. That was so frustrating. I was like, after he said that, I was like, yeah, I could have gotten into. So, but that's racing, man. That's what happens, dude. Something happened to him, something happened to me, but I just had the worst luck, The worser luck is what I'm gonna say. So that's what happens, man. That's racing. Anything could happen. So anything could happen. Even like a little teeny tiny little Suron bike could almost win, and that's what we almost won tonight. So damn, but I had a lot of fun. Okay, I'll tell you that. Yeah. If we had completed that pass, we probably would have won that round. I cannot believe it. I'm so frustrated right now. So okay. So that's what happened, and then he raced his dad in the final. That dude that I raced, and he won. So like that guy was good. So what could I say? I had a chance to beat him, and the bike let me down. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the bike let me down. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. It was the bike's fault. I blame it on the bike. Okay? It wasn't my fault at all. I did my part. The bike didn't do its part. So, okay, so improve. So what could we do to improve? What we could do to improve is we got to get this bike more consistent and reliable. Okay? I can't have it cutting out on me, on the pass. It has to be able to do every pass all night, okay? Yeah, because it was even more unreliable than it was last time. Because last time I did 3 runs and no, I had no problems. So maybe put the other sprocket back on. It was more reliable with the other sprocket. So this is what Hayes Omega has learned with the BAC 2000 and the NXT display. When you put and the Lightspeed battery. When you put a bigger sprocket on the bike, it runs all freaking crazy. Okay, it gets nuts on you. Okay, if you're trying to run it fast. Okay, I haven't posted the videos yet, but with the 62 sprocket, when I'm riding it in the off-road park really hard, it cuts out on me just like that. It cuts out on me and it starts stuttering and it does all this crazy stuff. I don't like it. Okay. So there's something up with this setup, and I have to figure it out. So that's one of the improves. We got to figure out what that problem is, because it runs better with the 48.2 sprocket. If to tell you the truth, I don't want to put that 48.2 sprocket back on. I think it's too much sprocket for the bike. It can't handle it. Okay, the 48.2 sprocket is just right. You saw I can hit 78 miles per hour on the freeway with it, but I'm terrified that the bike's just gonna die on me. Okay. So we got to get the reliability up, okay? The reliability is shit right now, okay? So I can't have it like just randomly cut out on me. Sometimes it runs great, sometimes it doesn't, And it's just like when I'm halfway through the drag strip, I'm just kind of praying. I'm praying like, yes, keep on going, come on, keep on going, okay? Yeah. So yeah, that's the deal, yo. What we could do is lower the power settings. That's what I was doing. I kept on lowering the current limit, the power. I kept on lowering the power, But I don't think that's the problem, okay? But other than that, the bike is running pretty good. I think it has something to do with the sprocket and just the kind of it's providing more torque, like faster, Something is being overwhelmed and it's not liking it, okay? So I got to figure out what the problem is. One thing we could do is lower the fuel leaking. So I'm going to try un, until like next week. I got next week up until next week to tune the bike so it's reliable. Okay, I think we're gonna run. I think we'll run 15,000. I think 16,000 is like it's too much. Let's run 15,000 and 25% fuel weakening. That's what we're gonna do. Maybe 20%. Okay, I don't know. 20. I feel that 25% is a good. It's a good number for field weakening. It's like unless you're really pushing it, you're not really gonna use the field weakening anyways. You know, it's kind of like a overdrive sort of type of thing. Yeah. Except it's backwards, you know. It gives you more, you know. It gives you more power. So by eating up way more power, okay. So yeah. Other than that, the bike did great. It broke into the 18s. I couldn't believe it. So like instead of trying to make the bike faster, we got to make the bike more reliable now. Okay. So, but however, when I took it to the track day, I didn't have very many problems. We weren't going past 50 miles an hour though. So. That could have been the problem. It has problems riding at higher speeds. Okay, so it's not liking it. Is the problem. So I don't know what to do to fix it. For now, we can just mess around with the settings, try to lower the power output. You know, I think it's maybe there's just too much power for it. You know, but I didn't have any problems with it overheating. You know, but it kind of runs like crap sometimes. So something that happens as the night goes on, it gets colder, it gets windier, and there's a headwind. So that one of those variables could be messing my bike up, okay? But for the most part, it was pretty consistent. It was running 19.7, 19.6 with the headwind. So even with the headwind, we were sub 20. So definitely the 48.2 sprocket is better. It's more consistent. We got more torque. We got more torque. We can punch through the wind with that extra torque. So it's actually helping. We don't have as good a top speed, but we're accelerating faster is what we're doing. But we're not, it can't get to that top speed as fast. So, but that's fine. We just got to make it more reliable. If we were in the 19s, I'm pretty happy there. If we could just float around the 19s, that's fine. We got 19.6, 19.7, and then 19.2. So we're floating around the 19 area, okay? And then we broke into the 18s the second run. So yeah. So I mean, hey, all I can say is I got my money's worth tonight. I got like six runs, okay? 6 runs. I beat 3 people. No, I beat 2 people. I lost to the third one, okay? So. And yeah, so and then we broke into the 18s. So, what a day, man! What a day! And I got to hang out with dudes at the track, and it's always good hanging out with those dudes at the track, man. I love hanging out there and just talking about motorbikes and stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing it next week. Hopefully it's not going to be too hot, but hopefully we can get the bike reliable by next week. I do like the 48.2 sprocket. I think it's there to stay. I don't think I really want to go up any more than that, though. I think 48 is fine with this setup. So, yeah, I don't know what else we could do to improve it. I do have another throttle to put on. We can probably put that. I did install a new throttle box, and it didn't really help at all. It still runs the same. So I thought I was having problems with my throttle, but it's not. But I think there was something wrong with that throttle box because when it gets wet, my bike gets all crazy and stuff. But I might try installing electronic throttle. So I got the newer Sur-Ron electronic throttle. We'll install that, and hopefully, maybe that'll be better. It might have something to do with my light. My bike doesn't work properly with the light on too, so I might have to see if I can tap the light into something else too. So the bike is not reliable yet. Okay, it's not perfect, but I've taken it drag racing. I've taken it to the track. I've done this top speed runs on the freeway. Crazy Hades Omega, man, I'm telling you. He does this, just to, I don't know, why do I do this? That's a good question. Why do I want to make my bike faster? Because it's fun, that's why. It's fun to go fast, Yeah, so one day Hades Omega's going to have a really fast bike, and I won't make anybody wait for me, but Everyone that races against me, they're just like, oh man, I gotta race against that bike and make me wait. You know, it's not too bad though. Especially if you got an electric bike, waiting, I don't mind waiting with an electric bike because it's just like your eyeballs are glued onto the light. All I have to do is let go of the regen throttle and off we go. You know, it's still not sure if it's faster than preloading the motor and then just letting go of the brake and twisting the throttle all the way. I'm not too sure on that yet. Maybe, I mean, if we get a chance, we can just try to launch it the normal way by just twisting the throttle. I don't know, man. I still feel that the NXT display, it's still buggy, you know. So yeah. Okay, so I tried to make this after action review a little shorter. Hopefully it was. I know it's around like 20 something minutes, but that I had a lot to talk about tonight. So we had two malfunctions on 2 of the passes. We got 2 really fast passes, and then I beat 2 people, and I beat 2 people. I got really lucky on the first one though. I got lucky. That guy got DQ'd, and then I beat the second guy, and then I might have beaten the third guy, but the bike failed me. So I'm telling you, I blame the bike. Hades Vega doesn't like to say blame the bike. You know, it's usually the rider's fault, but this time it's the bike's fault. Okay. We can blame the mechanic, okay? I blame the tuner, okay? I'm the tuner, so that, yeah. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. And I'm learning stuff about this bike all the time. So I gotta go take it out to make some money for DoorDash tomorrow. So I'll be playing around with it a little bit. So, all right, thanks for watching. That's the after action review for Wednesday Night Drags, August 13th. Not bad, but very frustrated. Haze Meg is very frustrated. Okay, Haze Meg out.